Hello, Pisces. Welcome to your reading for the month of January or whenever this video might find you. It's so funny because I recorded your video and my audio disconnected. So obviously those messages were not meant for you. We're going to start totally fresh here with some Palo Santo. Thank you, Sacred Palo Santo, for raising your energy, for grounding us into this moment. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So interesting that it's like, nope, that's not the message that they needed. Let's start again. And I mean, it was a nice long message. So we'll see what comes up for you now. We'll start off with your primary energy for the month ahead. Now, if you're new here, welcome in. Hi, I'm Jenny. I'm a shamanic healer. I'm a women's coach, a retreat host, and I also do these videos here on YouTube. Your primary energy, Pisces, for the month ahead, please. It happened to Taurus too, which is really interesting. Wonder if you have some strong Taurus placements or vice versa. I'm getting for you, your primary energy is core values. So spending some time in the month of January, this first month of the year, really connecting in with yourself, really connecting in with what is important to you, integrity, family, compassion, standing in your truth, speaking from your truth. And it's interesting as well, because before we got started, I had this throat thing going on. And I'm like, what's up with Pisces and their throat chakra? You may find that your throat chakra is activated through the month, but I'm getting that when you speak from the heart and you speak your truth, that is in alignment with your core values, then that's going to help redirect you. This says follow your heart and make your values a priority. And maybe this is something you've never even considered. You could definitely look up, different ways of connecting with your core values, but really I think it's listening to your heart. How you show up in your day-to-day, is that in alignment with your values? A lot of us deal with so much self-sabotage, right? It's like the ego on one shoulder saying, hey, let's stay here in the comfort zone, please. And thank you. We don't want to do new things. It's scary. We don't want to show up as our best. That's out of alignment with our patterning and our learned behaviors and our trauma. Let's just stay here in our comfort zone. And then we've got the higher self here on the other shoulder saying, no. I know exactly what to do. I'm being guided by my inner compass, my inner GPS. It's taking me exactly where it is that I'm meant to go. But that darn ego was so loud sometimes. And I think that the key to helping you move through whatever resistance, self-sabotage, any areas you might feel stuck in the month ahead, is to just get back into alignment with your core values, get back in touch with what is important to you. If you've got conflict with someone else, I feel like some of you might. If you've got conflict with someone else, I think it's important for you to remember, like, what is the outcome that you're hoping for? If the outcome you're hoping for is more conflict, then by all means, continue to show up, continue to react, continue to allow the ego to take the reins. But I have a feeling that you're not wanting to experience more conflict. You're wanting to experience more harmony, more peace, more love, more joy. In which case, tell that little ego to flip off and start listening more to your higher self and to these core values. And that's going to help you move through this potential for a challenging conflict with another person that I'm picking up on. What will be the biggest challenge for the Pisces collective in the month ahead, please? The biggest challenge. And you may want to check out the annual reading. I did a reading for all of 2026, and it's a collective reading. So the first part is for everyone, but then I do break it down sign by sign. And of course, if you're not resonating with this message or that message in the other video, then make sure to check out the other placements in your chart, right? We're not just our sun sign. Check out your moon sign, your rising, your Venus, or anywhere else that you feel called to, because together they really do create the puzzle that creates the outlook for what's to come for you. The biggest challenge for Pisces in the month ahead, please. Okay, I'm getting auric field. You know what? I don't think that this is a challenge. You are aware of it now, so it doesn't have to be a challenge. When auric field comes in, it tells me that you're probably picking up other people's energy. Maybe you consider yourself an empath. When the auric field card comes in, it tells me that energy hygiene is at the utmost importance for you in the month ahead. Okay. Energy hygiene. What does energy hygiene mean? Well, for me, I've got 3 steps to energy hygiene. You may have heard me talk about them before. Step 1, cleanse your energy. There's so many different ways to cleanse your energy. You've got to really work with what resonates best with you. If something doesn't resonate with you, then you're just not going to do it. You're going to feel resistance. You're not going to do it. For me, I love my Big Mama Sage. I do. I also love my Florida water, my bells, my rattles, my drums, salt water, pink Himalayan salt. I love to get in a pink Himalayan salt bath as much and as often as I possibly can. It's winter time now, so maybe you're down with the cold plunging. Cold plunging is a super powerful psychic cleanser. Of course, that's not great for just in the moment, but in the moment, a bell can clear energy. I don't know how well the sound picked up through the video there, but some people are like, oh, I don't feel right using sage. I don't feel right using Florida water. It's not something that I was taught through my culture. And that's fine. That's totally fine. For me, it's about coming into right relationship with the plants and the herbs and take culture out of it as long as you are respectful to the plants and the herbs and using gratitude, which is why when I use my Palo Santo, I always say thank you to the Palo Santo tree. But cleansing your energy is step number 1. And that's going to be really important for you in this month ahead. The fact that it's showing up in your challenge position, I don't think is a challenge at all. It just means that you may not be aware of how much other people are affecting your energy and how powerful energy hygiene can be for you in helping to release that huja, that dark, dense, heavy energy that you may have picked up from other people or from environments or even from your own trauma, your own experiences. And then step 2 is grounding your energy. And again, I know this can be challenging in the winter, right? Like it's for most of us here in the Northern Hemisphere, it's cold outside. We don't want to go outside in the winter. It's just, I don't know about that. It's a little chilly. We got snow on the ground here in the Okanagan and I'm at the top of a hill. So at the top of a mountain. So I have a little bit more snow than they even do in town. And yeah, it can be challenging to go outside. Thankfully, I have chickens, so I have to go outside multiple times a day. But even if it's just a 5-minute walk, get outside into nature. Your soul is yearning to be outside in nature around the trees and the plants and the animals and the birds. And if you really, really can't get outside into nature, then of course we can also use different herbs and essential oils to help us ground, different crystals, even just closing your eyes, putting one hand on your heart, one hand on your solar plexus, slowing down your breath, just taking a moment. That can be really, really grounding, visualizing your roots going down into the earth, of course. And for protection, and this is an important aspect of the auric field card, it literally says it's time to call in energy protection to shield, clear, and strengthen your aura. Energy protection, I find, is the most unique of the 3 steps to energy hygiene because, again, it must resonate. If it doesn't resonate, then you're just not going to do it. And it's also not going to be effective. Like if I tell you, oh, the best way for you to protect your energy is to pray for protection, but you're really triggered by prayer, then it's just not going to work for you, right? Or if I say, just put over a cloak of protection, visualize a cloak going around you before you leave the house. And if you don't believe in that, then it's just not going to work for you. But there's lots of ways you can do this. You can put up a shield. You can create some chi with your hands and create some sort of bubble or bird cage or something around your body. Of course, like I said, you can pray for protection. If you have different crystals that you work with, different jewelry that you work with, I like to wear some tiger's eye on my hand all the time or my wrist. I've got some crystals on my wrist that I use as well to help with protection. Whatever works for you. But remember, this is showing up in your challenge position, Pisces. So do not discredit how powerful energy hygiene can be to helping you navigate the month ahead. We're still in this space of releasing and shedding as we end 2025 and we begin 2026. Everyone's talking about how 2025 is the year of the snake, number 9 year completions, ending, all of those different things. And number 2026 is the number one year, the year of the horse and forward momentum and new opportunities. And yes, that's true, but nature's new year doesn't start until the spring. So in the month of January, there's definitely a lot of us who are still going to be releasing, healing, doing that deep inner work. And auric health is so important. It's so important. Sometimes we have rips, tears, dark spots in our auras from our day or from our childhood, our trauma, sometimes even from our past lives. We can go into meditation. We can go into journey. We can repair our aura ourselves. It doesn't have to be a big deal. This is saying to make it a priority. Okay. What will be Pisces blind spots? What blind spots does Pisces need to know about for the month ahead to help them to align with their best? For blind spots, I'm getting old habits. Depending on what other placements you have in your chart, you may have heard me say that. I know that old habits has shown up for a couple of the other signs. And, I call this intuitive life coaching oracle deck. I call it my OG deck because I've had it the longest and I use it the most. It's like really well used. I don't know if you could tell, but it's really well used. I also call it my OG deck, my tough love deck, because sometimes it calls us on our shit, right? And the old habits card says, like, you are currently indulging in a little bit of self-sabotage. I'm sorry, do not shoot the messenger. This is the tough love deck. I just read the cards. That's it. That's all. So what is this old habit? What is your current flavor of self-sabotage? How are you holding yourself back? Because the only one standing in your way, Pisces, is you. Is this unhealthy eating? Is this ignoring your body? Maybe your body's saying that you want some more water, but you're just not doing it. Every time I say water, I have to take a sip of my tea. And, if you struggle to drink water, then try herbal tea. Most herbal teas are calorie-free and caffeine-free. Most of them, not all of them. You got to double check, right? But I really like ginger turmeric, lemon ginger, peppermint, chamomile. There's some fruit ones that are literally just dried fruits, and there's so little of the fruit that it doesn't break a fast and doesn't have any caffeine. And it's just a great way to flavor the water without any of those chemicals, right? Like all these flavored waters are just full of chemicals. And I mean, let's be real, they're helping us manifest all sorts of crazy health issues. And we don't need any of that here. Is this old habit, some sort of numbing out? When I say numbing out, most people think of substances like drugs and alcohol, and that may or may not be the case for you. Only you will know. But a lot of the times we numb out with food, right? Emotional eating, mindless eating, binge eating. And a lot of the times this old habit can even be numbing out with screens. So I know you're watching this video right now, and thank you so much for being here. I appreciate the support, and I hope that you are resonating. We're going to get to the good stuff in just a minute here, but maybe you need to put the phone down. I know for myself, I justify it. I did used to drink, and I cut that out. It's over 3 years now. Could have been 4, but I had a few drinks that first year that I quit. So 3 years just passed. I totally forgot because it's not that exciting anymore for me. And I used to smoke a lot of weed, and I quit that too. I used to binge eat. I was a fat loss coach for 7 years. And before that, I was a binge eater. And that's what helped me become a fat loss coach, was that I was able to get over my binge eating by allowing myself to get out of the binge and restrict cycle. And now that there's no alcohol, no drugs, no binge eating, I'm down to the screen. So when this old habit card comes up for me, I know that I'm on my phone too much. I'm doom scrolling too much. And sometimes I'll justify it, right? I'll be watching homestead videos like how to incubate chickens because I got an incubator for Christmas. You guys are going to have little baby chicks this year. It's so exciting. Or I'll watch videos of how to start an organic garden, or I'll watch tarot videos, and I'm justifying it to myself like, oh, this is productive time on my phone. But it's still numbing out. It's still taking me away from what is coming up. It's suppressing the feelings. It's suppressing the stuff that's coming up for me that needs to be addressed, that needs to be processed. So what is your current flavor of self-sabotage? This is in your blind spot, but here we are talking about it now. It's not in your blind spot anymore. That's why I like to do these. Some tarot readers are all sunshine and rainbows. I'm going to tell you everything's going to be perfect. Everything's going to be great. But then they have the same message over and over and over again for multiple months, if not years in a row. And it's like, well, it's not all sunshine and rainbows. There are going to be challenging times. So looking at our biggest challenge and looking at our blind spot is a great way to bring awareness, because with that awareness, we can take aligned action, right? So, like I said, I will get to the good stuff. I promise I'm going there right now. But if this is speaking to you so far, Pisces, please hit that like button. You guys know how the algorithm works. The more people who like this video, the more people who comment and let me know, is this resonating? The more people who share. If you know another Pisces, please do send this to them. The more people who will see the video. And then the more likely I am to show up to them next month. And if you're new to the channel and you are feeling into my energy, please do consider subscribing. It's a great way to support the channel for free. There's other ways to support the channel as well. We do have the extended reading, which I will dive into. I'll clarify all of these cards, and I'll use the Raise Your Vibration Oracle deck and the Finding Inner Peace Oracle deck. But first, we're going to look at what is going to help the Pisces collective to align with your highest timeline in the next month. And I'm getting education. So there's something here for you to learn, and this could be traditional or non-traditional education. So just like I was talking about earlier, maybe you're watching some YouTube videos on how to hatch baby chickens. Maybe. Maybe you're working with a new coach or a mentor. Maybe you're taking a new course, some sort of program. But this is saying that in the month ahead, there's something for you to learn. There's something for you to learn. There's some sort of lesson. And usually when I get the education card, it is some sort of traditional type of teaching. And when I say traditional, I don't mean like going to college or going to university. I mean some sort of energy exchange where someone is teaching you something and there is an energy exchange. So again, a course, a program, something like that you're taking. You'll have to let me know if that's resonating for you. If you've been thinking about taking something, I know for myself, I've been thinking about taking another course on pendulum work. I love pendulum work. I do a lot of pendulum work inside of my readings and inside of my group coaching programs. And I love working with a pendulum. And there's an opportunity that I can take that will advance my pendulum skills. So I've been considering taking this, and I feel like I probably will in the very beginning of the year. And then for whatever reason, I'm feeling called to pull the card on the bottom of the deck. I don't usually do this with this Oracle deck, but it's coming up. So I'm getting the intuition card. So really trust your intuition in this month ahead, okay? This is in the position of what is going to help you to align with your highest path, your highest purpose, your highest timeline, your highest destiny in the month ahead. And I'm getting your intuition. So you are learning to trust your own inner knowing, okay? And taking action on that. Like I said earlier, auric field is showing up in your challenge area. So remember, you've got to clear your energy in order to be able to truly get in touch with your intuition. Otherwise, these intuitive messages can be influenced by outside energy. Okay? You don't want your intuition to be influenced by outside energy. So make sure that you're doing your energy hygiene, okay? Now, if you are feeling into my energy and need like a one-on-one session for a more personalized reading, I do open up 5 per month. I've got some other offerings coming up in January. The new Muscles, Macros, Mindset Rebirth program has started in January, and we've already got some people signed up. That's really exciting. And yeah, we've got some in-person events as well if you're local to me here in the Okanagan. And we're going to get one final message for the Pisces Collective before we jump into the extended reading. What is one final message for Pisces, please? Yeah, I'm getting wake up call. So don't shoot the messenger. This is twice I've said this in this reading. Don't shoot the messenger. The wake up call card is like the Tower in tarot. Okay, something still has to go. Something still has to be released. I said that earlier. The first part of this year is like a lot of people are expecting that forward momentum to begin right away. A lot of people are expecting that number 1 year energy to come in like a bandit, but we're still in the tail end of the number 9 year. Okay. There's still some shedding. There's still some releasing. There's something else that still needs to go. Remember that the Tower card in tarot, this wake up call card, it doesn't happen to you. It happens for you. The Tower would not be able to crumble if the foundation weren't already weak, right? If something is for you, then it's going to have a strong foundation. It's going to stay. But if it's falling, that's because the foundation is weak. It's not for you. It wasn't meant to stay long term, anyways. Whatever this is, whatever I have a feeling could be an old habit. And the way that I've got these cards here, okay, your primary energy, core values, your blind spot, old habits, your final message, wake up call. This is the key right here. Getting back to your core values is the key. So if I were in your position receiving this message, and I don't have a lot of Pisces in my chart, but if I did, I would be doing some exploring, some brainstorming, really getting crystal clear with myself about what my core values are. And then as I'm navigating the month, any challenges that come up, just redirecting myself. Is this in alignment with my core values? Yes or no? Decisions that I have to make. Is this in alignment with my core values? Yes or no? I really feel like that's going to be the key. And once again, listening to your intuition, but in order to accurately do that, energy hygiene. All right, Pisces, I will see you in the extended reading. We'll dive a little bit deeper into this and pull a few more cards from a few more decks, and I will see you on the next one.